I'm Dr. Marie Fang. Welcome to my video series featuring quick tips and tools to help you be your best self today. Today we're going to talk about how to make difficult decisions, or maybe we'll say significant decisions. So I'm not talking about, do I have the pastrami sandwich or the BLT for lunch today? I'm talking about things like, do I make this big move across the country? Do I take this new job? Do I marry this person? Should I bring kids into our marriage? All of those things are big decisions, and sometimes these decisions can feel easy to make, but oftentimes it can be quite difficult to decide. How do I know what's going to be the best decision, what's going to be best for me or my family, etc. And what I'd like to focus on today to help you making these kinds of big decisions is to suggest that you get in touch with knowing what your values are. When we know what we value and what we value most, it can help give us sort of a baseline to make decisions from, to sort of say, well, does this option lean into that value? What about this option? And it is a bit more nuanced as we get into it, that we have all kinds of values, and sometimes one option leans more into this value and the other option leans more into this other value. So not only do we want to name our values, but we want to know how important each of those values are to us for the time being. So as an example of that, let's say you're faced with two job opportunities, and maybe one job opportunity pays more, but the other job opportunity leans more into what you find fulfilling in your career. We might say, well, maybe the one that pays more leans into your value of providing for your family, and the one that is more fulfilling to you leans into your value of doing something that you find fulfilling and meaningful in the workplace. And maybe in this season of life, it is more important to you to find something that helps you provide for your family, and that might help you sway towards that decision. And maybe in a different season of life, you may actually value more this idea of finding something that's more fulfilling. So finding our values, naming them, knowing how important they are to us today is what's going to help us. And I have a tool to suggest, well, I don't have it. I'd like to suggest a tool to you to help you with this. And it's utilizing a type of therapy called acceptance and commitment therapy, which is a way of seeing the therapy process as one where we need to identify our values and then do what we can to try to live from those values, or to make movements towards living from those values. And acceptance and commitment therapy, or ACT, has some really helpful tools and worksheets for free available online. And one of the tools that I find myself coming to again and again with my clients is their values worksheet. So I'm going to link to that worksheet below, and I encourage you to check it out and use it if you might find that helpful to you. And this values worksheet breaks down our lives into several categories like family, work, spirituality, etc. And then we go ahead and on the worksheet fill in what our values are in each of those categories. Then it takes it a step further, and that for each of those values, it has us rank on a scale of 1 to 10 how important that value is to us right now. And that number can change in different seasons of life, and our values can change in different seasons of life. So it can be helpful to come back to this worksheet from one moment to the next, or maybe not one day to the next, but if some years have passed, it's helpful to come back to it. And from there, it may help you be able to weigh a decision to say, well, right now I value this value more than this other value, so I might make a decision based on that. And it seems worth noting as well that most often when we make decisions, there's nuance. There's not necessarily the perfect decision and all the other options are terrible. Often there's several great options, or maybe it's several mediocre options, and no one option is going to be the perfect option that answers everything. But it's really just sort of the best decision that's available to us based on what we know right now. And of course, there's pieces of a decision that are totally out of our control, because we don't know everything there is to know about a decision until once we've arrived into the decision and the future unfolds. We don't have that crystal ball to tell us everything we need to know about a decision in advance. So we're just doing the best guess we can with the information we have, which includes knowing our values and also whatever information we know for the present about this decision we're hoping to make. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope you also find the link to that values worksheet helpful to you. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe for more like this one. And until next time, I'm Dr. Marie Fang, and I hope you have a great day.